Hello again. This is settings section within Control Hub. So I wanted to take you through a couple of these setups here. The first is security, and this is to ensure that if a user uses Webex Teams app on their mobile devices, that they're protected with locked screens. So it's just an added measure of security. If you wanted to turn that on, that would enable additional settings within the user base, so that if they did download Webex Teams on their app, that it wasn't left open unprotected. Let's see, idle timeouts. You can turn this on or off. So as if a end user is idle for a long period of time, then they will be automatically locked out, or logged out, I should say. Then you can actually set defaults here. How long are they off the network? How long are they in the network? This is the timeout for Control Hub. You can set this. This is default set for 20 minutes. You can set it as long as 12 hours. So you determine the amount of time Control Hub remains idle until users are signed out. So we've set this default at 20 minutes. And then you can actually have your IT organization insist that the site admin of Control Hub block external users from joining Webex Teams spaces. So it's turned on in our corporate world. This is actually turned on for them. This is our test bed. So this is we've left this open for external users to join the team spaces, but many IT organizations limit the types of users that can join a team space, and on this site it's open. Device discovery. This is where this allows users to wirelessly connect to on-premise devices from Webex Teams. So we're allowing that, and we're also recommending Wi-Fi connectivity on the top setting here. Facial recognition, you can turn that on in this setting. There's a privacy setting. Allow Cisco or partner support read-only access to your organization. Enable automatic crash reporting. So this helps us manage the site should we have a need to escalate tickets to Cisco, and then they've got the information at their fingertips so that they can help us. If you're managing multiple domains, this is where you would add them in. As you can see, this is one domain managed by this Control Hub. I showed you on previous trainings how we've got the VZ UCC site, the Verizon UCC site, that actually is site linked to this Control Hub so that the data analytics flow through here, but it's not controlled by this Control Hub. So only VZ UCCaaS is the domain controlled, but if you had multiple, this is where you could add them in. And then these are the SIP addresses that we've gotten for calls and rooms. And if you wanted to make those, if you wanted to change those below, you could do that. But these are the ones that were reserved for us when we initially set up the services. Cisco Webex Assistant, hello Webex, to start your call. This is enabled for this site as well. Nice feature. And then as a default, we've defaulted to calling in Webex Teams. So it's backed by Webex calling and hybrid calling. There are other selections you can make here if you have other integration with your Control Hub. Directory synchronization is turned on for this site. As you can see, we're reporting an outage on this directory synchronization, which is going to require some attention to resolve the outage. So there's an ability to turn it off or to deactivate the synchronization. So I'm not going to touch that here. We're going to let the folks who manage the site deal with this, but I wanted to bring that to your attention. So this is where you enable directory synchronization, but we're experiencing an outage here. And then we're allowing View People Insights to be integrated with this as well. This is a feature that allows people who have public-facing profiles to be integrated into the Webex meetings and Webex Teams experience so that you can actually see data on the folks who are joining your meeting, especially if they're outside your organization. It helps to know who you're meeting with, what interests they have, what businesses they're running, and it's a new feature that many folks are choosing to turn on within Control Hub. Other folks that are very security conscious or whatever don't want that enabled. You can just turn that off here. Single sign-on is turned on, so you can see that here if you wanted to make modifications. This is the email where you are able to suppress email invites. Since we have single sign-on turned on this site, we wanted to suppress email invites and choose to send our own email invites to the folks that join our services. And then you have the ability to control the branding on your site. As you can see, we've chosen the Verizon logo display on our Webex Teams site, so you're able to manage that here. If we had additional need for support, we have a chance here to indicate where we want those problem reports to be sent. So we have that going to cisco.com. And then in terms of retention, this is where that security compliance officer that I mentioned in a previous training has some input to the Control Hub site admin so that they will set this parameter based on the coaching from the compliance officer. So you can set it to indefinitely. We've got it set to the past 3 months, and then you can actually set it back to 60 months, or then set it custom between 1 and 120 months based on how, what is the retention time of the data that you want to retain for use within Teams. And then that security officer has that amount of time to go back and search data to see if everyone is complying. And then this last tab is just the integrations. You're able to authorize integrations with other various APIs and bots. And if we click on Manage here, this gives you the list of all the integrations that are allowed in Control Hub. But if you wanted to add additional ones, you go to this little Cisco App Hub to find the vendor that you might want to use for integration into Teams, and you can always add that in. So that is an overview of the Settings tab in Control Hub, and that concludes today's lesson. Thank you. Now that you've seen this UCCaaS Webex Teams demo series, including
Webex Teams, Webex Meetings,
Webex Devices and Control Hub,
Verizon Management Portal, and Contact Center.
If you'd like to arrange a demo for your customers, please reach out to your nearest DBC.
Hey, don't forget folks, many of these demos can be done remotely via Webex for your accounts.
Thanks for watching.